Johnson here. Thank you so much for joining me here on the video. It's been a couple weeks since I've made a video like this, and I've just been busy doing a whole new internet TV series that's in the works that I'm going to start filming in the fall here. It's called The Inbound. If you want to find out more about it, you can just go to facebook.com/theinbound. It is based upon the novel that I wrote in 2011 called Day Zero, The Recovered Diary of a Human Star Being. And so there's this internet TV series, 12 episodes, that is looking to be put together. So again, go to facebook.com/theinbound and you can find out more exciting information about this project. I'm really excited about it and I'm looking forward to making it happen. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 4 stages of human spiritual evolution. Now, this was something that I was talking about when I was doing Law of Attraction Unleashed. And that the idea of the 4 stages of human evolution is really just helping one to understand exactly what phases they may be going through, what type of energies they may be experiencing, where have they come, and where are they going. And so when we're looking into the idea of the 4 human stages of spiritual evolution, we're firstly looking at the idea of where we may be in regards to the pit. So it's kind of like looking at these landscapes. Now the pit basically represents the idea of those who are in the survival mentality. Basically they feel that they are just clawing and scratching their way to survive. They have problems with money, they have problems trying to form relationships, they have problems trying to keep jobs, they have problems. Drama. I think a lot of the people who I've been talking to throughout all this span of 7 years, I only see a very small percentage of people that are deciding to go into their own spiritual path that are actually still going through this survival mentality, that I'm just pulling people into the pit and I'm just frolicking about, I'm jumping around, I'm hopping around, I'm rolling around into this pit and I'm not finding a way out. And so this is really just sticking with the dramas of life. And so that is really what represents stage 1. How do we get out of the pit? Well, we start taking responsibility for ourselves. We start moving into that love vibration. So then we get into stage 2, which represents the idea of the questioners, which basically means people that are choosing to leave the pit by firstly understanding that I'm going to question reality. I'm going to move beyond the box. I'm no longer going to play within the system. I'm transcending these boxes and now I'm going to start questioning everything. Not because I'm looking for some type of external truth, but I'm looking to understand more about the nature of my own truth. And so that unique truth that that person decides to explore will be the understanding about how they are transcending past the pit. They are moving past the boxes because they're asking themselves the big question. They need to ask themselves, who am I? What do I want? Why am I here? What do I truly want to bring into my reality? Is it true that I really have the potential to create my own reality, that I am in command of my reality? How does this happen? What can I do? How can I integrate these understandings? And so that's moving into stage 2. A lot of people who just ask questions, who may be going through a lot of different states of confusion, who are just looking to seek clarity within themselves. They're still kind of bouncing back and forth. They're understanding they're more beyond this illusion, but they're still going into the illusion with a lot of just turmoil that may seem like, again, financial problems, relationship problems, etc. They know they're more than those things, but they're still feeling that there's these shackles that are still trying to keep them confined. And so by being able to break free of those shackles, just ask questions. Just ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? What do I want to achieve? What do I wish to create? Those are the keys to helping you move past the pit and coming more into the valley as you start to now see the surroundings that are directly ahead of you. So those are stage 2s, so to speak. Now stage 3 would represent the idea who are the self-improvers. Now the self-improvers are the mountain climbers. They are the ones who realize they've asked the questions and now they are doing it. They are taking action. They're no longer in the mentality of surviving. Surviving doesn't matter to them anymore. It's not about surviving because you have reached a stage of spiritual evolution where you are so connected to everything. You feel your connection to the universe. You feel your connection to every subatomic particle there is. You feel yourself in the connection of the macrocosm. You're living because you're bettering yourself. You no longer feel that, oh, I gotta go pay this, or I gotta go get a new car, or I gotta pay the rent, or I gotta take care of this with a family member, or I gotta do this and do that, and I'm still knocking myself all around. So we move past that particular point where you're not in the pit, you're not surviving, where you've already asked enough questions, and now you've really been able to get yourself in a set state of being to being able to climb these mountains. And these mountains are helping you to reach the peaks of your own states of abundance that serves you. It's being able to adapt into feelings that serve. It's being able to come into the alignment of what you truly feel you are fully capable of. And that's just where the sky is the limit. You have to adopt your own feelings that you know you can attract, that you know you can attain. And as long as you're capable of doing that, you're going to be able to climb these incredible mountains. You'll be able to start climbing this Mount Everest, and you'll start coming into these new aspects, these kind of miniature summits in between the mountains, and saying, oh my goodness, now I'm just working for myself. Now I'm just looking to improve myself. Now everything that I want to do in this world is possible. And that is what it is to be the self-improver, the explorer, the mountain climber. Being able to climb these very tall mountains because you know you can. Being able to climb these mountains because this is all part of yourself. You're transcending past the survival. You're transcending past all of these states of confusion. You're now making the choice. You're now making the call. You're now making the decision. And you're aligning yourself into this higher mentality, into this higher vibration, into this higher spiritual calling. Because this is who you know yourself to be. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. You're now only showing yourself your capabilities. This is being the action man, the action woman, and being able to climb these mountains and enjoy the process of your own betterment. And then, of course, finally, we have the stage 4, which represents the beer. Now, the beer, he or she, is on top of the mountain. They've already climbed the mountain. They've been able to reach a point of understanding their interconnectedness to all things. They are becoming a universal whisperer, a reality whisperer. And they're on top of the summit, and they have reached the point now where it's no longer about survival, it's no longer about questions, it's no longer about the idea of having to align ourselves to action. We're simply being. We now understand that it's no longer about the idea of choice. We now understand that we've actually transcended the idea of free will. Everything in regards to what the beer, to the summit folk in that sense, is at this time, is one who simply gravitates. There is the idea of gravitational momentum. There is the idea of abundance. There is this natural force that comes through us where we're able to attract everything to us because we understand the full potential of what we are, that we are everything, that we are all things. So when you are basically in that state of being, nothing can disturb you. There is nothing on this planet, no matter how extreme in regards to both polarities, negative and positive, that can disturb you anymore. You have reached a natural state of divine tranquility. You have reached such a serenity with yourself that you now realize that everything is possible. That you're now here and you have aligned your feelings to simply be in service to your own I amness, to your own isness mentality. So there's no longer the idea of a hunger. There's no longer the idea of a passion. There's no longer the idea of desires. All of that has now completely transcended. Where you are right now as a member of the summit folk, as that person who is now on top of the mountain, is that you have just reached your beingness. You have arrived, as it were. It's not to say that you will still not be going through challenges, but the whole idea is that you're not disturbed in regards to what the challenges bring. You're still going to be walking through life. You still may encounter some people who are fundamentally negative. You may still encounter some forms of situations that really want you to get over the top excited. And so being able to maintain yourself in stage 4 as being the mountain peak man or the mountain peak woman, the summit folk in that way, is being able to really look into the tranquility of your own feelings. When your feelings are no longer taking control of you. When you have been able to govern yourself fully. When you already know that There is more beyond the physical body. There is more beyond the physical life. I'm not concerned with the affairs of the collective consciousness. I'm simply being myself in my own world. I am prospering in my own world. I am sharing with others that represent the prosperity of that in my own world. I am the I am. I am isness. I am the idea of beingness in its fullest extent possible. Everything that I feel I wish to bring forward through myself is already here. I have already arrived. I have already created this natural gravitation. I am undisturbed by reality. And that's what it is to be a summit folk. Now, I can only speak on my behalf. I would say I'm kind of in between stage 3 and stage 4. There's times where I just feel like I'm really in stage 4. Nothing can ever knock me off my summit. And then there's times where I'll go back down and say, oh, I still need to climb a few more mountains before that happens. And some of us can always rank ourselves through these 4 stages as well. And there's nothing wrong with being in any of these stages. That's just where we feel we are. But when we're really looking at the 4 stages to human spiritual evolution, we're realizing that this is how far I've come. I was once at that point where I was in the pit. I was once at that point where I felt I wasn't able to take control of my life or to feel that I could manage myself or govern my own feelings. I was basically succumbing to the illusion. And I felt that I was basically being pulled by all this illusion base of power. And now I'm realizing that I am the power, that the only true power is me, that the only true godness that there is in creation is what I experience through my perspectives, because I don't perceive a perspective through another person. I don't live through their life. I don't walk in their shoes. We will share experiences and we will communicate and we will get feelings here and there, but we're not living in another person's shoes. That person can't live in my shoes. That person cannot be the uniqueness of what I am. And so the only thing that's real here is myself. The only thing that's true is that I am the creator of my own reality, is that I am the God, the goddess that I have been looking for. And that if I keep trying to look externally, outside of myself for that, I'm going to constantly be in this maze. And so it's no longer about the maze. It's no longer feeling that you need to go from wall to wall, to corner to corner, to crevice, and feel that you're looking under rocks for enlightenment. You're never going to be able to find enlightenment as long as you feel that that's a goal. The whole idea is that really, when you're looking at the 4 stages of evolution, of human spiritual evolution, and being able to get an understanding of this, balance is obtained through the reducing of extremes. So it is the idea that your wanting, your passion, your desire, your cravings are fundamentally reduced because you have reached a humility with yourself on such a level of natural trust that there is no longer anything that can shake that ground anymore. You have now reached the point of the summit. But you had to go through that pit. You had to walk through the valley. You had to climb those mountains. And you are finally able now to reach the summit. This is what we're all going through. This is what it is to be a master of a law of attraction. This is what it is to be a master of equivalent exchange, a master of karma, a master of free will, a master of light, a master of love, is being able to have harmony, humility within those aspects. If we have a black and a white here, we're looking towards that point of gray or that point of silver. We're looking into the silver lining. And it is the silver lining in regards to where we balance all extremes that allows ourselves to become spiritually evolved to the level where everything that we have been experiencing on this planet has all just been a hall of mirrors reflection upon ourselves to how we decide to express ourselves on this planet in this way, in this form, in this reality, in this time, in this nexus, in this now. As long as we can do that, then we understand that we are at the mountaintop, that we are sitting down at the summit and we are simply looking upon our creation because we have brought this into being. And our perspectives allow us to see so many different angles, so many different viewpoints of how we are evolving. So look into the 4 stages of human spiritual evolution. See where you are, see where you've been, and realize that there's always more to come. And that it's not a contest, it's not a competition. You're here to be yourself, and that is to be in that state of humility, past all extremes, to seeing who you are through the I am, through isness consciousness, that you are the God and the goddess that truly is here and now. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson. For more questions in regards to this video or any other videos on my channel, please feel free to contact me, info@consciousmatrix.com. Thank you so much, take care, namaste, and may it be well with you. Goodbye.